welcome back, everyone. Did you do some good listening this morning? Let's take a minute right now and just listen to what's going on around us. What kind of sounds do you hear? Today we're going to stop and talk about solitude. I know a lot of you have a very busy schedule. You have a lot of activities going on. And it's easy to just stay busy and forget spending time with God. But it's important to remember to take time out and listen to our quiet hearts and minds. And hey, Red, hi.
Hi.
Can you maybe join us? We're talking about solitude today. Being solo and alone, by yourself. Silence. Just quiet time with God and with your mind and yourself.
That's boring. I thought we were going to have fun today.
Well, I agree that being alone can sometimes be boring, but I actually have something for you to do at times when you're alone to make them not so boring.
What's that?
Well, it's practicing solitude.
That's just being alone. No way. That's boring.
Red, there's lots of times you might have to be alone. Waiting for the school bus, or when you're the only one that wants to play outside, or maybe you're in timeout, or if you're lying in bed, but you're not quite sleepy yet.
Yeah, those are terrible times. Every time I'm alone, sad or mad or lonely.
So why don't we spend time alone in silence with God sometimes? Is it because we're uncomfortable with silence? Think it's just too easy to just fall asleep when it's quiet? Maybe we don't want to face the fact that God does know everything about us, and we're afraid of having to change.
I think for me, I feel funny just waiting and waiting for God to speak to me because I know He won't.
Well, I think I know what you mean, Red. When I was a kid, I remember being sent to bed and not being able to sleep. So I decided I would try to listen for God's voice. But I really wanted to hear an actual voice, like Samuel in the Bible.
Oh yeah, he's that kid that God kept calling, Samuel, in the middle of the night. Finally, he got up and God told him a bunch of stuff. Well, that won't happen today.
Well, I thought if I listened hard enough that eventually God would speak to me out loud. Well, you're right, that never happened.
See, I told ya.
But what I realized as I got older is that I need to be listening with my heart, not my ears. God knows our hearts. Jesus spent a lot of time in solitude.
He did? But he's God.
Jesus understood that it's important to spend time in solitude, in the wilderness, walks by the lake, early in the morning, a solitary place, on the water in a storm, on the mountainside, and in the Garden of Gethsemane. All the places Jesus liked to go were in nature. So if it helps, you can go outside and enjoy nature as part of your solitude.
Okay, but I still don't understand. How will he talk to us? Why do we need solitude?
Well, Psalm 62:5 says, "Find rest, O my soul, in God alone." Have you ever felt like your mind or soul seems tired, but your body isn't ready to sleep? Our soul and spirit can get worn out, just like your body. We can find rest for our souls with Jesus, or maybe at the end of the school day.
Yeah, I do get that sometimes.
For me, sometimes I get thoughts that just pop into my head, praise thoughts or ideas for something I'm praying for. For me, that is God talking to me.
You just get thoughts in your head?
Yeah, sometimes there's words to songs, or sometimes Bible verses, or sometimes I've been thinking about, and then I have the solution.
Oh yeah, that happens to me too.
There's lots of distractions around us, and that's why it's important to have time alone with God, when we just listen. Distractions can be things we see, or hear, or even feel. Our memory verse, Psalm 46:10, says, "Be still and know that I am God."
King David wrote that, right?
Right. He was a very busy person, but he knew that solitude was important. Distractions are usually too much of a good thing. There are good things gone wrong.
Oh, I see. Like, it's great to play with my friends, but if that's all we want to do, it is a distraction?
Exactly. God gives us lots of ways to imagine and challenge ourselves to be creative with video games and sports and art and music. But if those things take up all of our time or interest, they can be a distraction. It's fun to enjoy tasty food, but not too much, or it'll give you a tummy ache, or be bad for your teeth, or make you feel sick. It can be a distraction.
So, if I'm quiet, then I will hear God. Okay, I guess I can try some solitude, but only if you stay with me.
I'd love to stay, Red, but if I stay, that's not solitude.
Oh, yeah. I will practice and let you know next Sunday how it goes.
Sounds good. Everyone, we're going to practice a lot of solitude today. Some of it might feel strange, but let's go ahead and try it. We'll see you next week.